I'm live a little bit earlier, and I'm dual streaming on Twitch, so this will be interesting. I'm live a little bit earlier. Ooh. And dual streaming on. So I won't necessarily study Bo Chen today. I'm still picking which one I want to study, and I most likely won't finish in one sitting. But let me just do my typical chibi doodle. Actually. Yeah, I'll probably start drawing at around the stream time, because in like 7 minutes. Yeah, so I started the mentorship trial thing. I still have some time to go. I've been busy over the holidays, unfortunately. So maybe I should extend that a bit more. Oops. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, Chibi for now, and I'll be right back. I feel like the body is slanting wrong a little bit. I'm still picking the study that I'm gonna do. Okay. I probably won't take that many questions. I'll try, but I'll probably focus on studying today. Oh my god, it's 5 minutes late. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be a Ganyu study or Blackout, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'll be responding to Twitch chat as well as YouTube chat. I'll try. Let's see. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm just gonna start drawing once I pick a reference. So I have a rough idea of how I want to study Splash. At least early stage. So someone on my Discord that I've known for a while suggested that I just study it directly, like almost one-to-one, existing Splash, like a official Splash from League of Legends or just one of those Blizzard games or Riot games, I mean, and change the character with the same style, with the same composition or similar composition. I think that's what I'm gonna start with instead of trying to theory craft too much. It's like you can theory craft for a year and not do anything. I think that's not very useful, so might as well jump right in. Let me save this. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, this is also the Discord weekly study. That's like week 42. And I'm not gonna pick one of the ones I linked because it's like general splash art study. I think a lot of people like splash art, so they're gonna pick something that they probably have in mind, and I probably won't do just one. Maybe I'll do just one, I'm not sure, but let's see. We'll do, and we have to layer this time. Let's see, 16, we'll start with 16 by 9. I think the one I'm looking at is 16 by 9. I don't think this resolution is enough. Or just go 12,000. I'll figure out what resolution I like once I do more of them. Oh, let me read some comments, hold on, before I get started. Thanks, Yummy, I've been trying to learn Chibi for some part of last year. I'm getting pretty used to drawing it, I think. How old am I? Old, like 95. So, League of Legends Splash, I didn't really study it too much because they're more cartoony than what I'm used to. Like, instead of semi-realism, they're more, I wouldn't say cel-shaded, but yeah, just cartoony, I think is accurate. But once I study and, you know, have a, like once I see a good starting point, I will probably revert to my style a little bit more and just take the composition from what I've learned. Which Splash? I don't know the character, but maybe you guys will know once I start drawing. Let's see. Huge art block doesn't. I don't know how to get out. Okay, so personally, I don't think I've ever experienced what you would classify as art block, so I can't really help. I like to draw, so I don't like. I always can think of something I want to draw. There's never been a time where I want to draw and I can't draw. So, do you draw daily? I try to draw daily, but sometimes I get too busy. Okay, let's get started. I don't play League. Like, my exposure to League is like minimal. Like, I've tried the game like years ago. Didn't really like it. Obviously there's Arcane, and I really like Arcane, but that's limited exposure to anything League related. So I like the art. Okay, so I'm gonna approach this pretty similar to how I start painting studies, except I will actually layer them, and maybe I'll use textures. Not right now, but in the future. Like, I might need to use things that I'm not used to using, like gradients. Figure out. Actually won't work. Yeah, I think that's why I might need gradient tool instead. The brushes are not going to work very well at this resolution. tell this is going to be a kind of a struggle. I don't know if Belle has a mentorship or not.
This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they are
Oh,
crowded.
what did I do?
Violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture.
See, I don't even know what. Like, should I care about brushes if it's, splash art? Yeah, let me send the reference. It will be in the reference folder. Okay.
This being human is a guest house.
I'm not too worried about rushing for time. Okay, so the color jitter, which I paint with, is lagging me, so I'll just turn it off. I think these glows, they use layering options like overlay and stuff. I'm not gonna worry too much about that right now, because I can get the same results with overlay, but it's more comfortable to paint like this. I guess I shouldn't worry about detail too much right now. Oops. Actually, it's okay. So I have terrible layer management because I don't use them, but we'll start. How did I spell planet? And then hold the satellite. So I think this is going to be a pretty boring stream just because it's not something I'm used to. Like, it's going to be a fairly slow learning process. So I might like reserve these kind of streams for like later stage of the splash art painting, because this is not going to be the last one I do. I'll probably be doing quite a few of these over the 2025. I still want to avoid lines, like pure line sketches a little bit, because not at this stage where I'm not designing stuff. If I'm designing stuff, I'll do it. But yeah, the thing is, I won't be talking through them. I don't know if there's too much to learn from it because I'm still personally trying to test things out. Like, I won't know what I'm doing, actually. I'll be drawing a lot of things I'm not familiar with. So right now my method's not correct because I'm not doing like base color and then modifying what the color is supposed to look like with layer effects, which I think gets you more consistency the way they do it. But I don't want to worry about too many different things right now. So that looks like the back of a spaceship. I'm assuming that's like an engine, and then there's like the body, which is like a gray material. So I'll block that in. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the reference or the splash art correctly. It's bigger, actually. Like, it's bigger than how I drew it. So maybe not a satellite. Oops. Let's do that. Maybe it's somewhere there. Oops. So right now I'm not using much pressure on the opacity and size. So when I was doing study on Kanlu's art, this is how I painted it. And if the brush is good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Oh, interesting. If I dual stream, it does not let me record the stream itself. It's kind of a shame. So maybe I won't be dual streaming again. The first thing that I think I should pay attention to is like the object silhouettes. They make a pretty big emphasis on silhouettes being pretty important. I'm streaming on Twitch. I just wanted to see if it works, and it does, but I'd rather record than stream on 2 platforms. I really don't draw mechs pretty much ever, so I'm going to need to get used to that if I'm gonna study splash art, because like there's a lot of mech based characters. And definitely mechs in the background, like armor as well. Yeah, I don't think... Actually, I'll probably aim for like 8 to 16 hours on this first splash art run. I want to get most of the rendering in, and I'll probably do it slowly. Oh, let me take out the start soon text. It's kind of annoying. My screen's not big enough. I'm gonna, if I end anything, it's gonna be ending Twitch stream because I've gotten used to streaming on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I might dual stream if it's something I don't care about. But most of the time, I think I'll be drawing when I stream. If it's like, nah, I don't think I'll be I don't want to be a big gaming streamer at all. I'll game for like for memes and stuff, but not regularly. Okay, let's not worry too much about the background here. I think my canvas resolution is a bit too wide. It's not a bad thing. I just adjust the study a little bit. I don't care for it to be 1:1. I'll get pretty close to 1:1. Let's do character. I just want the overall composition to read as soon as I can, so I know what I'm working with. The colors in splash art are just, there's more diversity in hue and they blend it pretty well. Like they manage it pretty well. Whereas like you can't really get these kind of colors in like from a camera. You can set up like neon lights and stuff, but usually it comes out like too, like it's hard to get a good read on everything. But because you're doing illustration, you can adjust every little thing, which is really cool. That's kind of why I wanted to do like study splash a bit this year. I might do I don't know if I'll do Ganyu for this or Blackout, because I already have a Ganyu in space one. I'll avoid doing Etona for now because white hair, like pure white character, is kind of difficult for me right now. Characters smaller. I'll read chat occasionally, but I'll focus on the study. Let's see. Mookie09. I pretty much only draw digitally. I would say 99% of the time. So no watercolor for me. I want to do traditional for fun, but I want to focus on, I want to limit my how I spend my time, because I think digital illustration by itself is hard enough. Oh, I do not agree with the leg angle on this. Are her boots, or socks. I don't know if those are socks. They're different in length, I think. Eventually I'll have to spam posing sketches. Or just composition and posing sketches. I think a good way to do that is movie screen caps or something. Or I can spam like thumbnail sketches from character art from gacha games or something, because they're kind of designed like splash art. Just want as much exposure as possible. Splash is like, I don't know the formal definition of it, but it's like those character arts you see on game loading screens or like character selection screens in games. I think two things I want to achieve is like the wide composition for splash art, like a very wide angle, whereas normally I do portraits and there's not as much storytelling going on. Like if there is, it's like a very short message, but splash art contains a bit more, a lot more, and at the same time they also have the higher level of detail. So the detail and the composition is what I probably need to focus on, if I had to guess. So many colors, it's hard to like organize it in my head. I have to find a way to like process the information. I know the general approach to how they do it in like the official art, but I refuse to like do that exact process because I hate line art. Pretty sure some people do, like some of the artists do paint it, like more traditional type painting styles, but don't know enough about that industry. I get asked that quite a bit. No, I don't. I would say not really. I mean, I tried making some stuff, like 1 or 2 things, but I don't think I'll be trying animation. There's just not enough time. Like animation, you know, people dedicate their whole life to it. And like each of these things, like illustration, painting, and if I just try to pick up everything, I would not have time to get even decent at anything. So taking splash art is already, like, I'm questioning it a little bit already, because it's kind of its own field, and I can stick with portrait like permanently, just uniquely portraits, but I'll try this out and see how it goes. And sorry, Twitch chat, like most of my viewers on YouTube, and my screen is switched to YouTube, so I'll answer the comments on YouTube faster than I would on Twitch. And yeah, I'm glad you find it interesting to see the process, but this is probably the least interesting process, especially when I'm like barely learning how to barely learning this type of composition. It's gonna take me way longer to do. I don't exactly want to approach it the same way I do portrait paintings, because that would defeat the purpose. I could, but I don't think that would be the best idea. The weapon itself, the wings probably should have been on a different layer, but the weapon itself definitely needs to be on a different layer. All the design elements are so complicated that if I get into rendering one of them, I'll probably just die. I'll get stuck. So this goes behind the character. Yeah, one of those rare times I actually use layers. I feel like Splash has a lot more, or not a lot more, a few more elements that are more advanced than just pure portrait paintings, and it like accentuates the character a bit more. So essentially, I see it as like the next step to portrait painting for some aspects. Obviously, it doesn't, like, they're not the same thing, but I think there are things that splash arts do better than portrait. It's like, it's just more zoomed in, but for the most part, but it also has like action and environment settings and stuff, like storytelling elements. So I want to learn it. And I think it will help me with how I do portraits in the future, because then I'll be less like against drawing more things around the character, or drawing stuff and then putting the character in a setting, which I, even if it's subconscious, I probably avoid it a little bit right now. Yeah, there's so much. Like, if I try to study this 2-3 years ago, I get more lost than I am now. So, kinda glad I delayed it a little bit. I think I said this before, like, right now my fundamentals, I think it's fairly solid, so I don't think it's going to be a thing that holds me back from studying. Like, there's nothing that I can't technically do in a splash, but artistically I'm obviously gonna lack. But it's nice that the technical part is not going to hold me back. Like, instinctively, I want to like start rendering the character, but we will not do that today. God, I'm lagging on the color picking. I have some placement issues, minor placement issues. This might be better. Okay, so I'm missing a pretty big portion of objects on the left. I'll flesh out the character a little bit more, or the silhouette of the character. So I'm pretty much just focused on the silhouette of everything. And I'm not gonna worry about changing anything consciously, like making adjustments so that I like it more. Not yet. A lot of people, when they study, they deviate from the reference way too early. I want to get as much as I can out of the reference before I, go off and start adding what I want to. Like, this is one of the things that I mean when I say there's like more to splash art, some aspects of splash art that isn't present in like very fundamental, like simple portraits. Right now the pose, I think it's intentional. I think everything's intentional, where it's like trying to show off the waist by pushing the hand back a little bit. Like just the angle shows the waist and the chest a lot more, and then he moved the light of the planet a little bit, like extended it a little bit from the rim here to where this part's really bright behind the character, so that you get the rim light on the waist. Like, to me, that looks like a very obvious choice. You want to sell the character. That's really cool. You don't get as much of that kind of control in like old school portraits. I still try to make these kind of like conscious decisions for composition, but because everything here is like made on purpose, they can have like 100% control over what they want people to see. I hope it's not annoying that I'm just rambling. Right now it's kind of busy work. It will be near a 1-to-1 at first, but I will deviate eventually. I don't want to make or spend time making too much tutorials. I'll make some, but because there's so much out there already, I feel like I'm not adding. I'm just like wasting bandwidth sometimes. So I'd rather spend the time to, instead of editing videos and whatnot, I'd rather spend the time to practice the craft, like instead of talking about how to do it. Not as much. But I think if I can learn splash art efficiently on my own, then I might put something out. But I guess that the standard would be like, can I teach myself splash art within a reasonable amount of time to like at least from what I can see right now, to be a professional standard in splash art. Just with my own guess on guidance and how to approach things based on what I see. But like, if I can do that, if I can teach myself, then I can, at least I can say I might be able to teach other people, but I'm not gonna do that before I can prove it to myself. The one thing I know I can probably match right now is like how they draw faces, because I've been focusing on faces for so long that whatever they can do on faces I can probably match for the most part. But all of these artists are very balanced, so however well they can draw faces, they can draw pretty much everything else to that level of skill. It's not the same for me, not true. I want to be a real artist too. Don't jump too much into the details. I usually try to paint over whatever I don't like. Sometimes if it's like a single stroke, I might Control Z, but if it's too many, I'll just paint over it. The head is a bit too small. It's like twisted in an almost weird way. Okay, I need to put in that back structure because it's kind of looking empty here. So it should be this layer because it's in front and like less saturated. Ooh. That's probably Probably alright. Close enough. I'll have to go back and lasso a lot of these structures. Not too worried about the accuracy, like proportions and whatnot of the background objects, but seems like I'm getting it pretty spot on, just based on what I'm dropping into the scene. Oops.
My soul is fading. We got it all wrong. This world managed to teach us how to sing our song, and my soul is fading. But I know what pure grace could be. I know what pure grace could be. Violence with more violence with more violence. Your soul is fading.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't as important to drop in like the little ribbons, but yeah, it might be necessary.
We got it all wrong. But I know what pure grace can be. My soul is fading. No more sorrow, no pain. We could build a brighter tomorrow. My soul is fading. We got it all wrong. We traded our soul for the pleasures that don't belong. Violence with more violence with more violence. Your soul is fading. My soul is fading. We got it all wrong. This world managed to teach us how to sing our song, and my soul is fading. But I know what pure grace could be. But I know what pure grace could be. My soul is fading. We got it all wrong. This world managed to teach us how to sing our song, and my soul is fading. But I know what pure grace could be. But I know what pure grace could be. My soul is fading, but I know it's not too late. But I know what pure grace could be. My soul is fading. No more sorrow, no more pain. We could build a brighter tomorrow. My soul is fading. We got it all wrong. We
I wonder if I can ignore gradients.
don't
right now. Like just block, just purely blocking. Okay. Start naming my stuff so I don't lose it. Or just call a satellite, you know, because I really don't know what they are. Oh, it's like almost background color, but ooh, I want to differentiate it a little bit so I can see. So far my paintings are usually 2 to 5 hours, but this one I think I'll spend anywhere from 8 to 16 hours, just to get used to that rendering level. Hello, Mayu 56. Yeah, just for people who just joined, but I'm mostly gonna be on YouTube chat, so I'll respond to Twitch a little slower. I'll respond to all comments a little slower this time because I'm focused on studying. I'm gonna take like a minute, 2-minute breaks here and there just to look at the overall image because I want to like slowly digest. Like the more complicated the thing I'm studying, the more like sporadic my break is gonna be. But be right back. Yeah, I don't really want to rush this study because I don't want to miss what I don't know. Let's do like 3 minutes. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or whatever, feel free to ask. I can't guarantee I'll answer them. If I miss them, just feel free to bump it or push it. Not push, you can't really push the chat, but just post it again. This is an official splash art from League, I believe. The reference is in my Discord server. So I want to get good at splash art this year. I'll try to work on 1 a week or something. 1 or 2, ideally. Let's see. That was not 3 minutes, but I can't wait to draw, so we'll go right now. I modify my brushes here and there, but generally I use like 2 to 5 brushes per painting. Sometimes I use only 1. Sometimes I just use the round brush. And even for this splash study, I'll probably stick to very, very few brushes. Might be forced to use texture here and there, but that's, you know, not too worried about the software side of things. Just want to focus on the fundamentals instead of the gimmicky stuff. That's shape. So right now, or for a long time, I'll be focusing on shapes, silhouettes, and what you call it, composition. That's gonna be a couple months of that probably. And time-wise, I will try to push the rendering over time. Just learn how to draw longer. I know that sounds like a really weird thing, like everybody's trying to finish as fast as possible, right? But I think I want to learn how to slow down a little bit, as well as spend a little longer on the paintings. And I'll worry about speeding up after I get a result that I'm happy with. So what's the point of me drawing fast if I don't like the final product? Oh, it's a fan art. Okay, I didn't know. Oh, I don't know about slower the better, but I'm sure there's a like an optimized speed that's probably different for everybody. But oh, almost drew on the wrong layer. I think, yeah, one of the things I need to get used to is like layer management and get used to like switching, because usually I paint on one single layer and that's not gonna fly for splash art. I can copy it, but to construct a splash art from scratch, I would need, most likely I would need multiple layers. Most likely more layers than I'm using right now. But baby steps. Practically a beginner at this. So I recently started teaching a class in person. They're like fundamentals for drawing. And it's basically a kids class, like a supplemental class, and a lot of them obviously like these kind of official art things. This is kind of a side unexpected incentive for me to learn splash art, because you know, a lot of them are like, oh, how do you do this, or maybe they don't say it, but they're definitely interested in, you know, splash and anime and gacha stuff, and it's something I'm not too familiar with, so it'd be great if I can teach myself. Yeah, I'm thinking of how much effort I should, if I'm rambling too much, let me know, but I'm thinking of how much effort I should spend this year just on splash related things. I don't really mind spending more because it is still character art, so it is something that I would like. I've considered dedicating it, like all of it, to splash art, but I still want to get better at portrait art. Just not where I'd like to be right now. Okay, I think most major silhouette elements has been established. Most of them. There's some shapes and contrasts that are wrong. Like for example, here, there's a bit more separation. Like right now, that looks a lot better. And I don't want to miss anything because these are all intentional design choices. I don't really have a favorite splash artist right now, because I don't have a taste for splash art much. It's not something I look at normally. but I think eventually I will get a sense of it. Not too worried about it right now. No rush. So obviously these splash artists have very good like fundamentals in like lighting and shapes, and they exaggerate it in a way that you don't really see anywhere else. Like this bounce light right here, just to exaggerate the weapon sight. Put like all these saturated terminators. Like, I don't know if I can do it fast, but here, and then you have like super saturated cyan terminators. And they also detail the crap out of it, so. I'm old, I'm 30s. Practically dead. I think Splash is overwhelming because like if you try to tackle it without fundamentals, then now you have to deal with learning all the fundamentals needed. And if you don't know what you're missing, like you're looking at the splash, but let's say you have weakness in form or lighting, then you would read the splash art wrong, so you don't even know what they're exaggerating or why they choose a certain shape for the shadows. And I think that makes your study way more ineffective. Like, I would never recommend jumping in to study splash art for someone who's new. Okay, let's use layers a bit. So. I'm gonna go for results here. Okay. I'm not quite dead yet, just practically. Okay, so they do stylize the face quite a bit just to match the rest, and they do it so well. It's something I'm not very used to. I don't personally do it this much. So much to learn. It's actually crazy how good these artists are at like a bunch of different things. Like they're very well rounded. I was gonna say most splash art are like they're made by multiple people, like in a team. So it's not like they're necessarily good at everything, but clearly this is done by one person, and this one particularly. That's insane. Detailing too much on the face for sure. I should at least acknowledge that. Actually, let's just not do that. Yeah. Instead of keep making the same mistake. So right now I want to lock in the values and maybe a little bit of the colors. Then I can start fine-tuning the silhouette itself. Not worried about the structures yet for a while. Definitely not worried about the textures. Ooh, this is bothering me. I need to... Okay, the face being off bothers me way too much. But I swear I will not tunnel vision. Oops. Okay, just leave it. Just leave it. we need the contrast to get the silhouette to read better instead of just rendering the crap out of the face. It's a waste of effort. Huh. I don't quite understand how the clothes goes. Let's just read stuff as gradients and blocks instead of texture. Yep. So right now the approach is like I'm almost thinking about drawing this as in third person, as in like I pretend like I'm the student and I'm coaching myself to learn how to paint with the consideration of splash art composition, not necessarily following exactly the workflow, because I still want drawing to be fun. I don't think the typical process of splash art is fun to me, so I won't pick up everything. So this is okay, but I need the gloves to read a little bit better. Maybe lock the lid? Yeah. Let's lock this as well. So yeah, I'm definitely too low on the contrast for some of these shapes. Like I'm just afraid to put darker values.
Sunsets, late nights, wish that I could rewind. Heartbreaks, goodbyes, all the years that we've been friends. I wonder how I still be sun-kissed weekends, diving in the deep end.
I am curious how long this one will take me. I need an anchor point to design or plan how I study in the future. mix. Anybody asking me who this is, I don't know. I just picked one that I liked the look of and to study. I'm not even sure if this is from League, so. See why people study materials now. So many different ones. Pretty sure they used like some kind of photo or 3D texture in the back for the planet. There's like looks like explosions. I'll still block them in by hand though. I haven't drawn a Ganyu splash art. Well, the lair thing is eventually gonna get me, I think. I'll forget one of these times. I plan most of my studies, yeah. Well, I think I do. At least I have no issues with the lighting and stuff. Like the lighting is pretty straightforward. There's no name for it. I make whatever brush I feel like I need. Burned out from painting. No, painting is the relaxing part. Like, I don't like work, so I paint. It's like sleep. Do you get burned out from sleep? Kind of like that, I think. Now, if I do commissions, though, I might, because I'm not doing what I like. Like, most of the time I get commissions, it's not exactly what I want to draw, even if I do like whatever, if I do like the subject or whatnot, but because it's not all my inputs, I might dislike some parts of it, but if I'm just painting whatever I want to paint, then it's fine. I think they put these arms on different layers. Could be a benefit to it. They need like very clean rendering. Oh, thanks. Maybe it's allergy. Even textured the shirt to be like crystal texture. Good thing I started with a big enough resolution because I can go in and do that later if I needed to. Oh, oops. I might need to make one or two additional brushes just to get that shape accuracy, because the ones I have right now, I mean, I can hit the same shapes, just slower. Oops. Learn to render longer and composition and silhouettes. So this, well, composition and silhouette kind of go hand in hand here, and then the other one's rendering longer. It's 12,000 pixels wide, I think. Okay, I'm gonna head out soon. Obviously, I'll keep working on this, and I probably won't dual stream again because I can't record. But if I do continue this later today, I will probably stream in voice chat in Discord. think these wings need to be on a different layer for my life to be easier later. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna head out. What was that? Like, oops. Let's see. I want to keep a track of how long. So that was maybe 2 hours of painting. A little bit slower than I thought it would be, but again, not too worried.
Ooh.